Hello, it's Mari. I forgot to post the community silhouette, so there's no need to go back. This time, the character is Gear V7, the final boss Orochi, who is always classified as the strongest among the historical boss characters. I had a lot of trouble deciding whether to do the completed Orochi in the console version or the arcade version. However, I thought that there would be a minimum number of people who had a similar model like Sega Saturn or PlayStation 1, and I also played with the current Comboy for about 10 years at home. So now I chose the arcade version, which can be called a future-oriented character. The console version introduced various enhancements, from the sitting motion to several fundamental skills. It was a part that could not be known because it was not a home version, and we don't care because it's an arcade. Then now let's find out about the boss Orochi, who is always mentioned as the strongest. First, here's how to select Orochi. Everyone knows how to select and first release the appetizer, and then to win each attribute, we also release the chorizo. As you all know, Orochi is a critical hitter, so you have to release him. The first condition is to unlock all the intermediate bosses. Now, to select Orochi, we re-enter the initial recipe: chorizo, individuality, new phase, and team command. Each unlocked command is spread on the internet, so please do it yourself. Selecting characters this way chooses Orochi for the 1, 2, and 3 packs. Please take good notes on this. In fact, I tried to fill the video playtime. I apologize. This can only be fixed through hacking or cheats, not through normal means. So far, there has been no boss that has shown performance that surpasses the middle class itself, but Orochi is finally in the middle class. The lower attack judgment is small, so basic skills that fall entirely on its lower side can be disregarded as wasted performance. However, a large lower attack will hit the attack judgment. But in King of Fighters, unless you exclude certain characters, you don't use it well. The damage is strong, and the performance in the detailed part is also excellent. It's an A that is overlooked. The unique point of A is that if you compare it with other characters with a basic 6 frame, it is considerably slower. However, A gives a much bigger advantage than the general character's A hit. It can provide a remarkable 17 frame advantage, and the difference is clear when compared to the current QO's A. The Hitbox is also just a boss's special. Its performance is overwhelming on its own. I'll blow up everything that comes out as a change in the original price. The reason why a simple explosion like this happens even with a good change like a weak shot is because, as you can see now, there is no damage judgment at all on the side of the arm that is open like this Hitbox. You can think of the technical cancel as essentially just morning sunlight. The basic move B is to perfectly execute from the change to the attack. It may seem a bit slow, but Orochi's basic move among the 4 is the fastest 4-frame basic move. I'm not sure if this is a combo made at random or a strong connection, but B can be connected from A. It's a useful combo because a combo is impossible if you exclude the Morning Company from A. Similar to the motion of the Xenocide Cutter. Responds to attacks, basically. The performance is quite superior. Of course, it's insufficient to catch the main damage point, but it has enough hitbox to catch the small damage point, and the second motion catches the reverse guard very well. Just pressing the 1 button will activate the basic skill, but it can refill the guard damage. Because it's a basic skill that's close to perfection, it can be used as Orochi's main power. When hit, it lasts for a whopping 33 frames, so you can even throw 2 Bs because it's so long. For a normal character, it's an impossible basic skill connection unless it's very fast. The B2 cancel has a sharp feel, so even connecting with a standing B does significant damage. If you cancel, you can connect the combo with this technique when there is no gauge. With A and the Morning Sun, each can be connected separately into a combo, which is a basic strategy. Perhaps tired of making other things, SNK put everything into Orochi 100s. Even though it's a normal combo, you can see a hurricane happening. Honestly, the motion is just A with a hurricane added, so SNK might as well just describe it as A. I described it as a messed up hitbox, but if you just look at one hitbox, 100 is a basic move that's gone crazy. This basic move can explosively blow up even the original distance of a can, which is crazy. The long-range punch is rich in detail, but has no real victims. crazy long-range punch is a basic skill and it inflicts guard damage. However, the only critical drawback is the 18-frame startup. If you just use A, you can guard even when sitting down. This is obvious between normal basic skills. However, 100 has a mid-level hitbox, so you can't guard while sitting down. The really messed up performance is correct, but originally there is no lower attack at all, so it doesn't mean much. This technique can also be used in a combo with a set character limit. It shows the level of damage that they throw to survive. Even so, any decent character can throw this combo, but typically, friends like Athena or Kenzo with smaller hitboxes in the center don't get hit. Fortunately, the Morning Sun can connect all the combos. The World of Heaven you've all been waiting for. It's the basic gate without a guardian. First, the motion, hitbox, frame, etc. are identical to B, but in reality, it perfectly inherits B in various aspects. First, as it is now, if you hit the opponent will collapse. The story would be different if the hit judgment is alive when hit, but if 500 hits, the opponent's hitbox disappears completely, making combo connection impossible. Having a frame and hitbox with the same performance as B is good for attack and defense. There is little difference whether you use B or 500 just for this part. However, as I mentioned that in the case of B, you can absorb guard damage from the front. 500 is trash that cannot reduce guard damage while having the same activation frame. So if the opponent is stuck to the ground, you should use B, not 500. Just as B can be connected from A, 500 can be connected from 100. The damage is quite strong, and 500 connects well after about 100, but even if you hit hard, B can also be connected from 100. The damage is not bad, and the good point is that the opponent does not collapse. If you succeed with this combo, you can hit the Morning Sun as an extra, which is an unstoppable combo. However, if you try to use the combo in the same way as B without the world's best chill, it is obviously impossible because there is no counterattack from the opponent, so the Morning Sun combo is impossible. It's a CD that spins around with incredible performance. It's a pretty fast part when you hit the 100-500, and it's 4 frames faster than Orochi's 100 as a basic move. Hitbox also owns a crazy judgment like others using a hurricane or technique. It's a hitbox that always wins Orochi if it doesn't hit Orochi's body. However, one unfortunate point is that this technique cannot be cancelled. Although the activation frame is not long, the attack frame itself is shorter compared to other basic skills. Therefore, in reality, the best use is for guard cancelling using the hitboxes that are left behind. It's a crazy storm that even the central processing unit struggles with, the Wave of Darkness. The damage is tremendous, but it's a crazy technique that also significantly reduces the opponent's defense. When you're chatting with friends, you don't need anything else, and frankly, victory goes to whoever uses this better. This hurricane has the cursed ability to wipe out all enemy projectiles. There's no exception for the hurricane either. However, SNK had a bit of conscience and made it impossible to erase the max extension hurricane. Still, due to the messed up direction, the player is rather harmed. Orochi's hurricane has a built-in limit break, making it invincible to Oyori's Calchena. Even Leona of Russia can easily pass through with a magic barrier. Note that Chris is impossible. If the hurricane hits at a speed of 2 seconds per rotation, additional damage may occur. If you have time, you can leisurely watch and connect the Morning Sun with a combo. Another advantage of this hurricane is that it can be activated even if the hurricane remains on the screen. Guarding this causes pain, quick bleeding, and annoyance. A technique that carries a twisted judgment. It's a sadness that hides the truth. It's a technique that significantly reduces the gauge even if you just use it, but it's amazing if the opponent simply guards. As you saw earlier, it can be used in a combo, but even if used alone, the damage is tremendous. This technique is tricky due to its small hitbox, making it difficult to face head-on without getting caught. It's designed for solo play. Because of the twisted hitbox, it has the ability to handle frontal attacks and is maintaining that performance. This time, it's an intense technique for an all-out attack that shakes the sky. With a slow startup of 13 frames, it's a bit slow for an attack, and there's no invincibility or guard point, but with a crazy hitbox, it can perform a safe attack. It's a technique I've been hit with quite often by the central processing unit Orochi. Next is the counter technique of the storm, which you may not know because you are all busy fighting and you only know it as a gimmick. It's your trump card. It's a one-frame technique. The fastest command grab techniques have the same startup frame. It's also a technique that can be used safely when you're about to get hit by a predicted attack. The line delay is definitely shorter than Athena's reflector, so it won't be a big burden. The wide range wind changes the opponent's normal wind into a counterattack, but since it has a normal wind judgment, the counterattacked wind goes to the wide range wind. The max wide range wind is long, absorbing only the first hit while the rest connect. However, the progress of this technique is used when canceling the basic skill B. The one-frame technique is foolproof, allowing anyone to perform the infinite combo with some practice, especially when playing with friends. The central processing unit approach is a fortunate technique that I really like. It's a bad trick. Using A is 27 frames, moving to B, 100-500 increases by 4 frames each. Honestly, 96? Compared to the high codec of the overhead, the performance drops for use, and it's a technique used for about a serious or a fun combo. It's a technique known as the Morning's Call, a return of the void. The spinning hit count and guard damage are quite high, and the command is very easy. Guard damage can be mitigated, but if you get hit, the game just ends. The command is simple enough to connect even when interrupted during a long-range attack. However, the launch is quite slow, so fast friends can easily interrupt in the middle. Friends with good luck and weak defense can be defeated by this kind of attack. It's a technique called peeling the persimmon in our neighborhood when I was young, a story of a tough hero. The command is similar to the attack command of other characters, so it can be used by mistake. It exists. This technique is similar to being unable to hit normally when dealing damage twice, but if you can use it by killing through the basic attack or roll that is cancelled at the end, it is a rare recovery that can attack the body while penetrating the body. Since Auron has been a lawless troublemaker for a long time, just take advantage of that.